The brand new Range Rover is undeniably brilliant, but there is one major downside, and that, my friends, is the price. The cheapest one that you can buy is over £94,000. And then you want a 7-seat version, that starts at £103,000. I don't have that money, but what if I told you that you could have 7-seat luxury for nearly half the price of that? Seems impossible, right? Well, no, actually. This is the Volvo XC90, and it is a class act.
Okay, so it's not exactly half the price, but the XC90 costs a whisker under £62,000, which is £51,000 less than the Range Rover. So you can buy this modern luxurious 7-seat SUV and a Porsche Cayenne for less than the price of one 7-seat Range Rover. Or you can get an XC90 and a crocodile skin umbrella. Or 63 Chanel fire extinguishers. Oh, decisions.
But none of that really matters if the XC90 isn't any good, which we're going to find out today. But straight off the bat, I mean, it's a lovely looking car, isn't it? I like the black. It makes it look quite sleek and classy, doesn't it? It makes the chrome moments kind of pop out. It makes the wheels pop out. Yeah, it's a bit of me, this. Oh, and I do really like the Thor hammer headlights. Yep, like it.
The rear end is pretty neat as well. Okay, it's not quite as suave as the brand new Range Rover, but it's probably a less polarising design. We like it a lot.
Now, of course, this is a luxury SUV, therefore the interior is far more important than the exterior. I mean, at the end of the day, this is where you're sat when you're doing all your miles on the motorway. Now, given the fact that this is £51,000 cheaper than the Range Rover, you would expect this to have cut a few corners, but actually, it hasn't. It's quite nice in here. I mean, I love the kind of veneer wood effect that's kind of dotted around the cabin. This two-tone steering wheel was the first thing that caught my eye when I sat in here. Digital dials, lovely. Head-up display, very nice. Wireless charging, yeah, I love a bit of that as well. But one thing I really like is you can optimise the sound for wherever you're sat. So we've got Harman Kardon sound system, lovely. But what you can do, right, when it's just me in the car, I can optimise the sound for just me. So everything kind of aims towards me and sounds nice for me. And then if I'm a little bit sick of it, and then I've got people in the back that are desperate to listen to the Backstreet Boys, I can optimise the sound for the rear seats. Or if we're all ready for a party, we can just optimise the whole entire car. Oh, there's random little moments of quality that you pick up on, right? So I put my sunglasses in the door bin, and then I went, oh, there's a nice little... It's like a sort of felt lining inside the door bin, which is a really random thing to notice, but I noticed it and thought I would mention it to you. Now, the last little mention of opulence that I thought I might throw in is this little gear knob here. It's like sort of glass, crystal loveliness. I feel quite posh when I'm using it. I just really like it.
It's really hard to find anything wrong with the Volvo's cabin. The seats are great, it's very roomy. You even get a snazzy digital instrument panel like most other modern luxury cars. Look, okay, it doesn't feel like a Range Rover, but Volvo has put its own twist on things and it really works. What doesn't work so well is the infotainment system. I mean, it's not a train wreck, but the 9-inch screen feels a bit small in such a large cabin. It's not that responsive. It's the one area where the XC90 lags a little bit inside, especially when you look at the new Range Rover's massive 13.1-inch screen with Amazon Alexa built in. But for over £100,000, you'd certainly hope it would be better.
Here's the thing, right? Every XC90, as standard, gets DAB radio, sat-nav, LED lights, front and rear heated seats, which is all very lovely. It's well kitted out, but I mean, that's just a bit worthless, isn't it, if this car isn't smooth on the move? But I can tell you that it is. This car is... How can I put it into words? This car is wafty. It's very wafty. In a good way. Like it's really quite relaxing to drive. And if you go for the smaller tyres, then it kind of adds to the waftness. Is that a word? It's a word now. It adds on to the waftness, which is only a good thing. This is the kind of car that isn't trying to be a sports car, which is a good thing. And it means that when you do take corners, you do it in a wafty manner. I mean, if you do try and whip it round a corner, it is going to roll a little bit. That's because of the soft setup that it's got. But you don't want to whip it round a corner. You want to waft. I want to take my corners, like this, like that. I just want to waft in places. That's what this car does to you.
More importantly, the XC90 is accurate enough to guide along with confidence. It's a big car, and the last thing you want to be doing is sawing at the wheel to keep it on the right path. You get the idea, but thankfully, if you do veer off track for some reason, you can get optional air suspension for an even more cushioned ride. All XC90s are four-wheel drive as well, useful when things get slippy.
But then also, you get it onto the motorway and it's a really lovely motorway cruiser. I mean, you get a little bit of wind noise by the wing mirrors, but it's not too horrendous. Picks up speed nicely and it just feels effortless. I mean, I did a 2-hour commute twice yesterday, so 4 hours on the motorway driving in this. And I didn't mind it at all. In fact, I don't even really remember the drive because it was just so easy breezy. So yes, you will be very happy in this XC90. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you had a Range Rover, you'll probably be a bit happier, and if you can afford it, good for you, because it's, you know, just that little bit more quiet and lovely and refined. But for us normal folk, this is lovely. Oh, engine-wise, by the way, this is the diesel model. So you do occasionally get that diesel grumble, but it's not too bad. The added bonus, you get the diesel efficiency.
With every XC90 getting some sort of electrification, the mild hybrid diesel can do 40 miles per gallon. Not bad for a big family bus, although the petrols are a little bit thirsty. You'll get 32.4 miles per gallon out of the B5 version, but the T8 plug-in hybrid offers 202 miles per gallon. Yeah, right. It can do 41.6 miles on electric power as well, though. Which, well, we'll believe that when we see it.
It's very nice back here. I mean, legroom is delicious. Headroom, glorious. You can smell the quality in here. It's quite lovely. And look at this. Satisfying cup holder. I just like pressing the button. I like that. Oh, and keep out the riffraff. Now the thing is, it's very nice in this middle row, but this is a 7-seat car. So we need to see what it's like to get in the back. 1 second. Okay. Right, there's a handle here. That has made it go like that. That's not right, is it? Okay. Yes. Then does that lift up like that? That doesn't lift up like that. Does it pull up? It doesn't pull up like that. That doesn't pull up like that. But that made it lift up like that though, didn't it? Am I supposed to just climb over it? I've got to climb over it, haven't I? Okay, well, challenge accepted. Surely this can't be right, can it? This can't be right. Where are you supposed to put your legs? There, okay, right, I'm in. I did it, and I made it look really graceful. Although, I mean, to be fair, it's not too bad back here. Don't have your hair up, because my head's like on the ceiling. Good for kids. Good for kids back here. They can climb it. Don't make your mates climb it. Not after a few drinks, anyway. It's not fair on them. How am I supposed to get out? I've got to get out now. Because then how are you supposed to lift this back up? Does that lift that back up again? It doesn't. So you've got to do that to then lift that back up. How do I get out? Oh man. This can't be right. Have I missed something here? There's no way that I've done that right. That doesn't make logical sense to me. This surely should fold up like this. Oh, it goes forward. Look at that. Oh Oh, that's so much easier. I wish I would have discovered this earlier before I made an idiot of myself. Sneaks into the darkness.
The boot is massive too. You get 356 litres with the third row seats up and 1,007 litres with them folded. 1,007! And as this car has made me feel very posh, I'm off for a wafty drive to Waitrose to buy several bottles of Bolly, sweetie darling sweetie.